Hello, we are back again for the next episode of our LinkedIn series. Let's find out a bit more about revenue management. I have Benoit Ratinaud. Is it the right way? Well, it's French.
That's correct.
French name next to me. You have experience in very different verticals. I think you work for the Fork, like the booking and discovery platform of TripAdvisor, BlaBlaCar.
Yeah.
But you also work in the hotel industry, like big names like Hilton, Lufthansa Group. As far as my friend, so perfect. That's Eureka. And you co-founded a channel project last year.
Right,
yeah. You're actually really helping hoteliers with revenue management and distribution tasks, I would say, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
So, and for me, it's quite interesting because as you worked in so many industries, can you maybe explain a little bit what are the differences? Let's start with the differences.
Well, yeah. First thing which would come to my mind regarding that would be actually the different levers, the different tactics available, which will be different. Obviously, you have the same purpose, right? Maximize your revenue.
Yeah.
However, for hospitality, you will be thinking about your price area. You will be thinking about your occupation, right? So volumes. While in restaurants, you can think about menu engineering. You can think about the optimizations of seats, tables, right?
Yeah.
For transport, that's again slightly different. Price, volume, yes, but also about capacity, about scheduling, right? So you do have different, tactics, levers available. And also, what's something interesting is about maturity.
Okay, yeah.
Market maturity for revenue management is slightly different.
Yeah.
I think Robert G. Cross explained us 30 years ago what was revenue management for airlines and for hospitality. For restaurants, it's lagging way behind, right? So that's something interesting also to consider when you do actually revenue management.
Quite interesting. What was the main thread though, what you can see? Because I'm sure there should be something similar.
Yeah.
What's the common thread you will see?
Well, obviously it's all about data analytics, right? So you have to be, crunching data on your Excel spreadsheet all day long, right? To really ensure you understand your market, you understand your positions, you understand what your competition and your clients need, right? But I would rather also point out that it's also about being able to explain, to the wider team, to your company, to your hotel, what you're actually doing, right? Revenue management is about teamwork. It's about also embarking others. So you have to explain the how, you have to explain the why, and you have to basically spread out, a bit the functions of pricing and revenue management.
Exactly.
We often, and I won't go into the stereotype, but perceived revenue analysts, revenue managers are like the geek guys, only playing in Excel, in their tiny office, not speaking to everyone. And this is false, actually, and it has to be changed. So, common thread on that is, let's be back everyone on this journey, basically.
Exactly. I quite like that because everyone is really involved. Everyone should be involved, right? Because in the end, especially a receptionist in a hotel, they're basically like the face of the hotel, right? They should be aware about why are prices different, what are upselling techniques, and what actually in the end that actually helps in the end.
And you can have actually the best strategy, if people around you, your colleagues, your team members, do not apply this logic, it can basically ruin it, right? So alone, revenue manager can't do so much. It has to be a teamwork. So explain, again, the why is really important.
Yeah, 100%. Maybe you can explain also a bit more the F&B sector, because I think there's also a huge gap that needs to be filled on the carpooling industry as well.
Yeah.
Are there any unique experiences you made?
Well, for the transportation, transport is something interesting. Today you have Uber, right? They push surge pricing, which is a pricing tactic. It's not about revenue management, pricing tactics to increase revenue. BlaBlaCar has developed, their own methodology, their own perspective of revenue management, pushing the intentions, for drivers to fix their price at a certain rates. That's something really interesting. For restaurants, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I still have strong doubts about, revenue management ability to penetrate restaurant industry. That works for restaurant groups, that works for restaurant chains, where we perceive already, some initiative, regarding that. But the fact is, on the market itself, most of the restaurants are independent. They just today do not perceive the added value of revenue management because it takes too much of their time, right?
Yeah.
So today, yeah, adoptions of pricing, revenue management tactics in restaurant industry is not just there.
Yeah. Is it maybe like also one of the reasons why you actually wanted to go back in the hotel industry? So yeah, you have more the opportunity to really like, go all in with all the tactics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. I left hospitality, but I think we all, went through this COVID periods where we are all like, okay, what I want to do actually from my life,
Yeah.
on putting everything in questions. No, hospitality and more globally, right? I include restaurants on it, is actually only a passion, right?
Yeah.
I just thought that when I was about 20, I never put a foot in a hotel, and I found out quite randomly, this industry, and I just like it because hospitality is about creating experiences,
Yeah.
It's about gathering people together, for an event, yes, but also family reunion, also, and yeah, that's crafting, experiences, memories, and that's something, quite unique, right?
Yeah.
So bring back, in this industry of services where you see dedication, you see passions from hoteliers and people around, that's something you want to work with, right?
Oh, 100%. They're quite interesting thoughts. We're coming actually to the final question, and we're going to ask this question to all of our panelists today. Let's imagine like we are in 2030, right? There's still a long journey, and you can see like with AI coming in, especially in the recent years, there's a lot of changes, and we can only see that's probably like only the tip of the iceberg we're exploring right now. And where do you see like revenue management heading to? Like what is still possible? Do you see anything that is currently in development phase, but it's not there yet?
Well, I think AI will obviously open a lot of doors, right? Productivity will be increased. AI will do the forecast for you better than you, more accurate, and faster than you, right?
Yeah.
So the job itself will change. For hotels, what does it mean? Something which is very interesting today. Adoptions of RMS, revenue management systems, is still fairly low, right? You have about 15, 20% maximum of hotels worldwide, using RMS. So I think the question behind is, okay, will AI will be able to speed up, address, reinforce, help actually hotelier to adapt, those solutions. And obviously there is there is revenue impacts and top line impacts, so that's something. But yes, the questions will be more if AI will be able to speed up these things.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, let's see what the future holds. Thank you very much. That was the second session today. Keep your eyes peeled. There will be a third session today and 2 more sessions tomorrow. Yeah, we're looking forward to the next session. Have a nice day. See you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.